Here's today's winner of the free huge pet. Make sure you guys comment down below with your Roblox name and hit that subscribe button. These intros are getting way too long. Check your mailboxes because I sent out like 6 more different huges to people. We're gonna be teaching you guys how to get the most amount of prison keys for the clan battles and for unlocking the prisoners today. Let's get right into it. What's up, guys? My name is Dfield and welcome back to another episode of Pet Simulator 99 here on Roblox. We're back on 99 and it is fresh into update Saturday. I hope you guys have been having a good time here on Prison World. Over the past 24 hours, I have been grinding here in the prison, making sure that we get as many of these jail keys as possible. The prison keys are a great way to get your very first brand new huge, so you guys should be taking advantage of this sort of mini event while this new update just released. Now you guys clicked on today's video because all of you guys want to find out how to get the most amount of prison keys that you possibly can in the game every single hour. And yesterday for almost 24 hours, I held the #1 spot on the global events leaderboard. I'll pop open a couple of the screenshots right now. I was actually super astounded that I was able to hold onto the #1 spot for so long. I had so many of you guys messaging me on Discord trying to find out what the heck I was doing to be #1 in the world on day #1. So we'll reveal a little bit of that today. But as you guys might be able to guess, now that I have my pinata farm going and I've got all of my alts here in the last area with me, my rates for those keys are going to be a little bit less. Now we'll be doing a full explanation on everything. So as long as you stick through until the very end of the video, I'll be explaining everything that I know about these prison keys, how I was able to hold on to #1 for so freaking long. First things first, we're going to talk about all of you who tuned into the video because you guys might be stuck in the previous area right before the last area. I know one of the zone quests has to do with getting your first 3 prison keys, and I'm not gonna lie, this first quest actually took about 20 or 30 minutes per alt account that I was using, including my main. Some of you guys might want to figure out some sort of way to actually speed up this first process when you have this area sort of upgrade. And in order to get your first 3 prison keys the fastest possible, all you guys got to do is do exactly what my alt account is doing right here. All right, this loadout that you guys are seeing on the screen should be what everyone uses for the very first 3 prison keys that you guys have to get in order to unlock this last area. Even for my alt accounts, when they were all farming together right here in this previous one, I think all of them took about 30 to 45 minutes to get their 3 keys. All right, so it does take a little bit of time to actually get your very first 3 prison keys. But once you guys have made it into the last area in Prison World actually does boost the prison key drops by a lot. All right, so it's not really worth it trying to farm the prison keys in here. You guys have seen other players trying to plant TNT and do spamming TNT in a whole bunch of different areas. It's really not worth it, guys. I would not recommend wasting the money in order to actually like farm multiple areas like that. Like if you had the means to, maybe, but why in the heck would you do that when you could just be farming or AFK hatching somewhere else on the map? So now that you've made it into the last area, let's go ahead and talk about the 2 different setups that I'm going to recommend in order to actually gain the most amount of prison keys per hour. We are going to talk about a little bit on the higher end of enchants here. All right, so if you guys don't really or can't really afford some of these higher tier enchants, downgrade them to the lower tiers and see what you guys can afford that way. But hopefully by showing you guys these loadouts, it kind of gets the gears turning in your head, and some of you guys might actually be able to kind of make something for your own personal team that works even better than what I show. Now let's go ahead and get started. What you guys all tuned in for, I am so sorry for all of the filler. I have to explain everything before we get into the juiciness of the content, right? The first loadouts that I am going to recommend, this is the exact loadout that I was using for the first 24 hours of the event, which allowed me to basically hold #1 spot. Now a quick little overview into the loadout. The super magnet to collect everything. You've got the mini chest fortune paired with 2 chest mimics and the brand new superior chest mimic. We purchased it for Robux, but you guys can see that the new superior chest mimic is about 500 million wrap. Not too bad of a price, and honestly, this loadout right here was able to give me so many freaking prison key drops, and that allowed me to get into the #1 spot for the first day. If you guys are also looking closely closely, you guys will see that my treasure hunter, my strong pets, and my speed books are all empowered using the empower machine. I would strongly recommend that for those of you guys who are in this late game stage, empower all of the books that you can. They are going to only last 8 hours, so you're gonna need to set yourself a timer in order to kind of cycle your books back and forth. But with this exact layout, guys, we've got a little bit of damage coming from the strong pets. We've hit that percentage cap very easy, and the percentage caps from the treasure hunter as well with the empowered books. These two alone are going to actually increase the amount of breakables we break, as well as increase the actual drop percentage chance of those loot keys. I know it looks a little bit weird, guys, but this is the most pay to win setup that you can use if you guys are grinding on public servers. Yes, guys, on a public server I was grinding in yesterday, gaining the #1 spot with this loadout. Give it a try for yourself. Maybe it will work as well as it did for me, as it will for you. As a rough little estimate, with my powerful team, I was getting about 500 to 550 points per hour, which in the clan battle right now translates to about 50 stars, or is it 500 stars per hour? A very, very good standing. I'm currently in the top 3 of the boss clan, but ooh, this battle is looking so freaking juicy. Hopefully boss can sneak into that second place spot. We're looking good. I'm gonna show you guys one more loadout that I am going to recommend to some of you players who might be farming solo. The private server method is another method that I am going to recommend to you guys because it is viable, and some players out there are finding more success with it than going into a full public server. Now, the main difference, if you guys notice here on the public server with my alt accounts doing these pinatas, you guys can notice there's a little bit of lag on the server. It's not a crazy amount of lag, but if you guys are looking closely at my pets, they are lagging just a slight amount because of all of the pets in the last area. Now, the one thing that this does help with though, because I am with my friends, if you guys take a look at the bottom left, it is kind of getting blocked by my face cam, but right here, I am getting a 15% friend boost for having these people added on the same server. And there is also a 30% key boost right over here on the bottom left of your screen, right down there. I am also receiving that 30% key drop boost just because I'm in this server. You guys are really gonna have to mess with your specific loadouts and your specific teams to figure out whether or not it's worth it to grind in a public server with a whole bunch of people like I am here, or to go into your own private server on Prison World in order to get the most prison keys. I really don't think, and I'm not gonna say that one way is better than the other. Just kind of mess around and figure out what works best for you. Just don't forget, guys, I forgot to mention this a little bit earlier, also be using a hidden treasure book. They're getting pretty expensive and you guys might be able to guess why. Now, the hidden treasure ultimate is basically going to be activated every 2 or 3 minutes when you're farming in the last area, and I'm not gonna lie, over the course of 1 hour, it is worth it. You get a good amount of keys every single time that you do activate it if you're lucky. I would 100% recommend the hidden treasure ultimate if you guys could afford it. Otherwise, anything that helps with breakables so that you guys can break breakables a little bit faster, even just for that small bit of time, is also definitely worth it. Now, the second loadout, oh my goodness, we are talking so much. I'm trying to share so much information, but the second loadout that I do want to share with some of you guys who are farming on solo servers, or maybe you have a little bit of a weaker team, not quite a full team of 99 huges yet, this is going to be what I recommend for you guys. Remember, I did mention if you guys can't afford the most expensive of these enchants, lower down the tiers, go down a couple of levels. The lower level treasure enchants and strong pets and stuff like that are very affordable in the trade plaza. They're not very hard to get at all. Hold on, let me change out a couple of the items here. I don't have the empowered ones in because they kind of switch up on me automatically, but after switching all the empowereds in, this is the loadouts that I would 100% recommend to you guys if you guys do not have the max amount of damage with maybe rainbow or shiny huges. Focusing on a damage heavy setup just like this, where I have 2 strong pets and the shiny supercharge, will allow your team to break more breakables per hour, which will translate to more loot and more prison keys. Both of these loadouts are definitely going to work. You guys can change out a couple of the things, like maybe add in a happy pets if you guys don't have a lot of of shinies. The really cool part about this war is there are going to be several different loadouts that are actually going to work, and it really just depends on the type of huges and titanics that you guys have on your team. I do want to warn you guys though, okay? Most of my huges, and if not all of my titanics that I am done training, all have royalty on them. Not everybody knows this because they haven't been a part of the community for a long time, but yes, I have spent the time to literally put royalties on every single one of my huges to kind of maximize the amount of damage I can output. There's definitely not that many players that will be able to afford all of this royalty, so it really just depends on what your loadout and what your pets are. I really do recommend that you guys try out both and let me know down in the comment sections below if any of them work super well for you. With this being said, I am going to be sharing this information with all the other clans out there as well. Use it to your liking and, you know, obviously change out the books that don't work for your team. And, you know, at the end of the day, you can't really go wrong with this event, guys. All right. Speaking as the #1 global player for nearly a day, I'm not going to be able to keep up with the rest of the players like you guys are seeing here on this leaderboard. I will slowly but surely dip downwards from the top 10 as I, you know, spend more hours AFKing with more people on the server. I am completely fine with that. It was definitely a cool experience holding the #1 spot even for that long. I word vomited a whole bunch of information to you guys. I want to actually explore for the last little segments of this video. We need to have a little bit of fun with Prison World. I know a lot of people are actually focused on getting the prison keys and having fun that way, but the whole update has actually added this whole aspect of unlocking prisoners. And then not only can we unlock prisoners, we also have all the things in Void Spawn to mess around with. I want to show you guys, I actually do have some keys saved up. We've got 50 Void keys, and how many of the Void tickets? I think I used some of them this morning. I might not have a whole bunch left. No, I used all of them off camera, dude, but 50 Void keys as well for us to test our luck on the new Void chest. I'm not gonna lie, this new update this weekend has just enough content where you can AFK farm in the last area, you can either AFK hatch eggs trying to get an active huge, or you can spend all the loot that you're getting in the last area and actually spend your time opening the chests. It's super nice having the super magnet enchant on your main account because you can kind of peruse all over the map while still getting loot from the last area. Now, it's not the most efficient if you guys are going for a leaderboard spot in the global events, you know, kind of perusing around, but hey, at the end of the day, if you're not having fun while you're actively playing, why are you playing at all? You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to spend a couple of hours every day using up all of my Void keys. I've not gotten lucky yet with the huge holographic cats, but man, guys, look at that. There's only 18 of the rainbow ones, almost 100 of the goldens, and literally 400 of the holographic normal ones. That's actually kind of crazy. Now, I'm not trying to glaze on the developers in any means, but this prison update, in my opinion, was like the perfect size of an update. You know what I mean? There's just enough new content. It actually took me about an hour and a half to grind through to get into the last area, so it wasn't just a speed through of the new area. I got to kind of enjoy all of the new sort of additions to the map while grinding to get to the last area. So I really do got to give the developers a shout out on this specific update. I feel like they added just enough content to keep everybody satisfied. We've got the Void chest, we've got the new Void wheel over here. I don't know about you guys, but this Void wheel has literally not given me any luck, okay? I think I spun about 100 keys or 100 tickets, and I only saw the huge pop up on the wheel like maybe once or twice in 100 spins. That is kind of an insane amount of luck that you have to get in order for this Void spinny wheel to actually drop you a huge. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they should change the spinny wheel so that the, you know, the huge pops up 100% of the time? I feel like I would have a lot more fun spinning that wheel if it was on there every single spin. Now, we do have to get through all of these Void chests, but as you guys saw a little bit earlier today, we are kind of stacking up on these prison keys a lot faster than I expected. As a person who was a top in the global leaderboard for a little while, you guys can expect that I will have a couple of 100 keys by the end of this event. So I think what we're gonna do is I am going to save all of the golden prison keys up until the the end of the event. We'll open it all in one video and show you guys all the huges that we get from it. But over the week, as I'm actively playing these next 2 weeks for the event, I will probably kind of, you know, have a little bit of fun and open these prison keys as I see fit. Kind of going in and out of the 8 different prison rooms does take some time. I'm gonna need to try to see if I can make some sort of like tiny task for it. And if I can figure that out, maybe, just maybe, we'll have a little bit of luck with, you know, just AFKing it overnight instead of doing it actively. Using tiny tasks to automate some of the more repeatable tasks here in the game is honestly a super cool thing for the developers to allow. You guys saw that Preston tweeted that macros are allowed in this game, so you guys will start to see more players on the leaderboard start to utilize those types of programs and sort of I guess macros in their arsenal. For me personally, I'll stick to tiny task for the most part. It allows me to do everything that I really need to do, and as long as I get the perfect loop, just like with my pinata alt on my other PC, we'll be able to spawn these pinatas no freaking problem. How many keys do we have left, dude? Have we gotten any of the huges? 18 keys left. Any huges? Come on. No, man, not lucky yet. If I had to guess, guys, the chances of getting a huge in this actual new void chest is probably like 1 in 5,000 keys. The keys themselves right now in the plazas are probably like 200 to 300k each realistically, and over time they are going to slowly drop in price. You just kind of have to get lucky with the huge during the first days so that you can resell it for profit. Oh, after about 250 of these void keys, we just haven't gotten lucky yet, guys. One of these days, all right? One of these days, we'll knock off this huge from this actual, you know, from this actual index. We just have to put in the time and the effort, and we should be okay. Another quick little shout out, guys. I need to show this because this was kind of crazy. I didn't realize that our boy Night Fox would actually be dropping us a quick little gift. If you guys missed the video where he was actually in the back rooms playing a little bit of a manhunt, I was this freaking close to catching a man. Night Fox was nice enough to give us a little bit of a prize of 3 bejeweled eggs. So let's go ahead and claim these 3 bejeweled eggs from Night Fox himself. Thank you so much for these bejeweled eggs. Guys, what if we hatch an actual Titanic from these Night Fox bejeweled eggs? He hatched one on video. We're gonna do it ourselves as well, right? Let's do it one at a time, just like this. Oops, let me actually open this one. Bejeweled deer. Come on, Night Fox, give us some luck. I've opened about 4,000 exclusive eggs, guys. I'm not even lying. Nearly 4,000 exclusive eggs. Ever since I opened my last Titanic, it has been way too freaking long. Where is my luck, guys? Where is my luck? You guys will notice I'm gonna quickly run back into our actual last area over here to pop my ultimate as often as possible. I do have over 700 prison keys to start to cycle through. It's gonna take me a couple of hours, but with all that being said, I believe this is gonna be the perfect time to end off today's PS99 episode. I hope you guys learned something new today with all of the brand new loadouts, and I hope that you guys start to farm up these prison keys, unlock all of these prisoner friends and YouTubers that you guys might have locked up in the cells for a chance at some free huges. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the prison world update. My name is Dfield. We'll see you guys again very soon. Have a fantastic day. Peace.